back. Happy Saturday. There is no better feeling than wrapping up a busy work week and enjoying a nice little cozy morning. I got up this morning and probably around in the 6 o'clock hour and just made me a nice pot of coffee and just sat here in my living room, just having some quiet me time. But that is probably like my favorite time of the day is the morning time, especially when you wake up just a little bit early because the world hasn't awakened yet. So everything is still nice and peaceful, and you just kind of get to sit back, enjoy a cup of coffee. Even if you're not thinking about anything, it's very relaxing and calming. But today is going to be kind of like a fun little cozy autumn vlog. You know, Starbucks has released their fall menu, and I know people are going crazy with pumpkin spice lattes and everything pumpkin. But this morning when I made my coffee, I tried to make like a creamy little frothy type cream base for my coffee. And then I have these little Amazon stencil where you go ahead and put the stencil over your mug, sprinkle it with cinnamon and whatever design you put there. It's like latte art. Well, it didn't come out too great, so I just wound up adding the pumpkin spice into my coffee, and I will say it tastes very good. So if you don't want to buy or spend $5 on a coffee at Starbucks, just make yours at home because it did turn out really good. And all I had was coffee, caramel macchiato creamer, and the pumpkin pie spice. So very, very, very yummy. So on today's agenda, I have been wanting to do this for the longest time. I'm going to start my sourdough bread journey. I ordered probably a starter kit a few months ago and it's been sitting in my pantry. And I don't know why I find making sourdough so intimidating. I think it's because there's a lot of steps involved, but I finally mustered up the courage and I decided to start it. So today I'm going to get my starter started, and I'll also link that in the description box. In case you guys are wanting to start your sourdough journey, you have at least the recipe that I'm trying to use. And I keep telling myself, if it doesn't work, keep trying until you perfect this craft. So that's what I keep telling myself, so I don't psych myself out of not doing it. And then after I get that done, we are going to be making the most delicious fall cookies. They're pumpkin snickerdoodle cookies. I can't tell you enough how good these cookies are. I make them every year and my kids devour them. They do not last. They're that good. And I'm going to link that also in the description box. So we're going to have a little bit of fall baking going on. And I think that is one of the most, the most coziest thing to do in fall is make warm coffee. Spice it up a little bit. I love to bake. I love to cook. You will always find some kind of cooking or baking on my channel. It's just, the kitchen is my happy place. And after that, we're going to make a fall bucket list and kind of just, write out some things that you want to do this season. And I think it's just more, you find yourself being more intentional of the things that you want to do each season. That way you can truly, truly enjoy every season and feel that you've just kind of soaked up every season by making wonderful memories. So there's a few things that I want to add to a fall bucket list this year. I can tell you two off the bat. Definitely want to visit a pumpkin patch, and I want to attempt making apple cider donuts. But you don't have to go all out either. It's simply just light a candle, make some apple cider, and just have a nice, peaceful, quiet time during the work week. So I'm going to probably add about 10 items, and we'll see how many things we check off as we're in the fall season. Hopefully I can tackle all 10, but it's just something to be more intentional and enjoy each season thoroughly. So Travis and I are going to go on a date night tonight, and we try to fit date night at least once a month. We both have very busy schedules. We both work and then just life, adulting. So we do try to fit it in once a month where we go out and just kind of enjoy some good, time with one another. Or sometimes we'll stay home. One thing that we both love to do is cook together in the kitchen, and we'll just, serve ourselves a glass of wine, play music, and just really in the kitchen having fun. And he makes a wonderful sous chef, I must say. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this cup of coffee because it is really good today. And then we're gonna get in the kitchen and start making my sourdough starter. And then after that, we'll start on our fall snickerdoodle cookies. I cannot wait because I have a terrible sweet tooth, so I need to have some self-control. Okay, here is my little sourdough starter kit that's been literally sitting in my pantry for about 3-4 months. So I'm gonna open it and see what's all in here. That way we can get started on making our starter. Here are the baskets that we put our sourdough bread when it sits in the fridge. So it's kind of like our proofing baskets. And it comes with 2, which that is good. And then it comes with the little cutter that you use. And this as well. And I'm sure I'm going to be using all of these items. And then not sure what this is. Let's see. Oh, this is to score your bread. So this little kit actually came out pretty good, and the little cover for it is leather. This is the little razor that you are going to need to score the bread. So that is cute. So here's the little kit. So, and then you're going to need a mason jar to start the sourdough starter. So now that I finally opened my little kit, I am going to start my sourdough bread journey. I don't know why I'm so scared, because I don't know. But the recipe says you have to put so much all-purpose flours and water, and then you let it sit for 24 hours, and you're literally going to feed the starter every single day for about 7 to 8 days. That way you have all those good bacteria building in there, and as the starter starts to ferment after the 7th day, you can actually start using it to make your sourdough bread. So I'm gonna get started. Today is the easy part, just kind of, oh, and you have to use a wooden spoon when you mix your starter. So just make sure you use a wooden spoon. So I'm excited. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it turns out good. I don't know why, again, I'm so scared, but we're gonna go ahead and figure this thing out. Rubber band around the jar because as I'm feeding the sourdough starter throughout the week, I want to make sure that it's rising and it's doing what it needs to do. So this is more for me to go ahead and monitor it, and as it is fermenting and those good bacterias are working in there, that's how I'll know if the sourdough is coming alive, once I start seeing all the bubbles and it becomes very bubbly. So, and it will have like a pungent sourdough smell. So wish me luck, guys. I'm hoping this all works out very, very well. When I tell you it smells like pumpkin spice, it smells so good. I think eventually they're gonna need to make these cameras with like a smell app or something, because I kid you not, every time I bake, it smells like a little bakery in the house. One of the perks of baking. So now I'm gonna let this dough cool in the fridge, because I need the dough kind of, I need it to harden a little bit, because what we're gonna do is scoop out some dough, and then we're gonna go ahead and roll it into a ball, and then roll it into like a cinnamon sugar concoction. And then we'll bake these cookies. And I know I said it before, and I'm saying it again, you have to try this recipe. Adults, kids, I mean, every time I make these cookies, they are gone like that. So I do recommend you baking this. So I'm gonna stick this in the oven, clean up a little bit, and we're gonna start on our fall bucket list.
The trees will bloom and ice will melt. We'll always remember how it felt.
Just wrapped up my fall bucket list, and we're going to go over everything that I plan to do this fall. And I wanted to keep adding, but at least I have 10 things I know that I definitely want to do. And you guys let me know what's the common denominator out of everything that I have listed, because I didn't realize it until I kind of went over them, and I'm just like, seriously, you know, but it's so me. So the first thing that I want to do is go to a pumpkin patch, because I think that is a must around this time of the year. You can't enjoy fall without visiting one. And I love just to see how pretty all the pumpkins look together, the different kind of pumpkins, finding treats to snack on there. I love me a good pumpkin patch. Number two, as much baking that I have done throughout my life, I have never made a homemade baked apple pie. So that is on my bucket list this fall, to bake a beautiful, delicious apple pie. Number three, make homemade apple cider. So definitely gonna do that. And then to follow with that, I want to make apple cider donuts. Again, never made donuts, but I'm sure they're going to be all wonky looking, but that means that they will have character. So I want to do that. I also want to have a picnic out in the back once the weather gets a little cooler. Since we have all this property, I figure let's make a nice little magical moment and have a picnic out in the back. Another item on my bucket list is to carve a pumpkin, and I've been looking up little carving situations on Pinterest, and I've found a couple ideas on how to carve a pumpkin. And it's not going to be like your traditional pumpkin where you have the eyes and the mouth. It's going to be something really, really cute. Then I also want to go fall thrifting. There's something that I noticed that I have been gravitating to. I have been liking a lot of like the older stuff that like our grandmas had in the house, like vintage pieces. And I love like combining that with like today's modern decor. So like my home, I don't even know what my style is. It's almost just like a cozy boho slash modern slash farmhouse, a mixture of it all. But I do like to incorporate like little thrift finds in my home, the decor. So I am definitely looking forward to that, to do some fall thrifting and find some cute vintage pieces. Then number 8, I want to make sourdough soup bowls. So depending how this sourdough journey of mine goes, I'll be able to definitely do that one, because I was thinking about making like a delicious soup, like a chicken tortilla soup or something along that line, or chili, and then making a nice pretty sourdough, like smaller loaves, and then cutting all the insides out and then filling it with the soup or the chili. I think that'll be so good. And then number 9 is a fall DIY. So I already did one not too long ago, but I definitely have more up my sleeve. So I definitely want to do 1 or 2 fall DIYs. So that is number 9. And the last but not least is I want to find some cozy fall PJs and wear them, watching a nice little cozy movie, lighting the candle, sipping on some apple cider, and making a little night out of it. So I need to find some cute little fall PJs. So that is my fall bucket list for this season. And again, obviously I will be doing a lot more things, but at least I wanted to be more intentional about it. Write it down. That way, if you have a weekend that you don't know what you're going to do, you can look at your fall bucket list. Oh, let me do this. Let me go visit a pumpkin patch this weekend. But at least you have it written down. That way, you know, you're not having to wonder like there's nothing to do. So I am going to start doing this hopefully every year. This is the first time I'm doing it, so we shall see. So now it is time to bake our cookies. I need to pull the dough out the fridge, and then I need to make the cinnamon sugar mixture. And all we're gonna do is take, obviously with clean hands, take the cookie dough and make them in little balls, and then roll them around in the cinnamon sugar mixture. And then we're gonna go ahead and pop them in the oven. And then when they are done, they will cool. I'll let them cool off a little bit, and I cannot wait to try one. And I have such a terrible sweet tooth, so I need to have some self-control and not overdo it with the cookies, but they are so good. Out of any recipes or little baking cookie recipes that I do on my channel, I do highly recommend you making these cookies because they are that good. And yeah, so let's get in the kitchen and get to baking these delicious cookies. Okay, the cookies are done and they're cool enough where I can go ahead and dig into one. So let's do the taste test. And look how cinnamony they are. Let's see. Oh yeah. Oh my God, this is so good. OMG. They are so good. They are so addicting. So good. I'm telling you, I hope one of you guys make this recipe. It is so amazing. Okay. I am going to go ahead and plate these cookies here. And Travis, I'm sure he'll be here shortly and he'll have a cookie. But it's about 5 o'clock. We live about an hour away from town. So we're going to get dressed and head over to date night. And I am going to make a little stop at a store. It's called Anthropology because they always put on a full fall display of beautiful pieces. So I just want to see what they have, and fingers crossed, I better not come home with no mug. But I told myself if I buy a mug, I have to give a mug. So I just better not come home with no mug because I don't need any more. So I'm gonna finish my cookie, then get dressed, and on our way to date night, guys.
Gonna get it right now. I wanna push all the limits with you right now. So what's your feelings? The city's screaming, we're not coming home tonight.
We just got back from date night and it was so much fun. I am so stuffed to the brim. But we had a fun night and we went to a couple shops just to see what they have, get some more fall inspo, and I did find a couple things, a couple items that I wanted to show you. And I am gonna admit that I did find a mug. I just could not pass it up. But if I buy a mug, I have to give a mug. So I bought this beauty. Look at that. Does it not look gorgeous? It almost looks vintage. And I got this from Anthropology, and look at the inside. And what I love about this mug, it's big, that you can have like warm oatmeal in here or soup. So it'll be a good mug and I'll give it lots of love this season, but love it. So, so pretty. And then I have been on the hunt for this for the longest, and I haven't found anything that I really liked, but I found this beautiful spoon rest also that I can't wait to use in the kitchen. So I didn't go too crazy, just bought those 2 pieces. But again, guys, thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for watching my videos. I am looking forward to the autumn season with you guys because I can't wait to create lots of memories and just spend time together. On that note, I'm gonna say good night, guys, and you guys have a wonderful evening because I am falling asleep as I'm talking to you. So good night, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.
'Cause the time is right now. We only need the 2 of us.